Welcome back to the Lose Weight by Eating podcast. I'm your host, Audrey Johns, and this week I want to talk to you about free days, also known as cheat days. And we're going to get into why I call them free days and not cheat days. But first, let's do a little bit of catching you up. So last week I talked about my weight loss story, as I like to call it. I was very vulnerable with all of you, and I talked about how I gained a lot of weight after a hysterectomy and had a really tough time taking it off. And it's not just a matter of, hey, I gained some weight and then I had to do the work to get it back off. Oh, no, it was a whole journey. So be sure to check out the last episode. But one of the parts of this journey that really helped me the most was having a free day every week. So what is a free day? A free day, also known as a cheat day, is a day that you're allowed to go off of your diet. And why does that work is the big question. So there are a few different reasons why a free day can work. This does not mean it will. It all comes down to you and your body and how your body reacts to it. But I do recommend trying it out if this episode does resonate with you. So the first reason why a free day will work is because it helps you stay on plan. Right? So if you say, I can't have that until free day, but I can have it then, it does help you stay on plan throughout the week. The other way that it helps you is if you end up having one day a week where you have a lot more calories than the other days. So say Monday through Saturday, you're running on a calorie deficit to lose weight. Obviously, you're having, your recommended amount of calories, and maybe you're exercising and not adding those extra earned calories in, so you're working on a deficit. When you have a day where you go off the rails, where you have maybe 1,000 extra calories than what you would usually have, your body says, okay, well, we don't have to worry about getting enough calories anymore. She's having more food or he's having more food. And then the next day, you end up burning more fat because your body assumes it's going to get that extra 1,000 calories. It takes 2 to 3 days for your body to go, oh, okay, I get it. Yeah, we're on a calorie deficit again. So having that day where you kind of have a few extra calories, it does trick your body. If you're stuck in a plateau, this is a great way to get over it. But stay tuned to the rest of the episode because there are lots of different ways that you can do a free day. And some are far healthier than others. So I schedule my free days on Sundays. And the reason why I schedule my free days on Sundays, it's the same reason why I don't work out on Sundays. Because it's the end of the week. And if something comes up midweek, say my birthday on a Tuesday, and I want to have a free day on a Tuesday because it's my birthday and I don't want to go to the gym on my birthday. I'm sure you can understand that, right? Then I can just go ahead and take my free day on that Tuesday. And I won't have it on Sunday. I just move it up. But if your free day was on Monday, it would already be used. So I put it at the end of the week, and I almost always use it at the end of the week. But it does give me that luxury of being able to have it whenever I want to, should the need arise, right? So whenever I want something off plan, and last week, I kind of went over everything that I've been eating recently. What if I want to have something that's not part of my calorie budget or not part of my weekly plan? I tell myself, you know what? I can have it on Sunday. I'll just wait until Sunday. Have it on my free day. Right? I want a donut? Hell yeah, you can have a donut on Sunday. Right? But here's why this aspect works as well. Come Sunday, I don't always want it. I have now given myself the permission to have it, which therefore makes me want it less, which goes back to my chocolate diet episode. Listen to that one. Very helpful. But more often than not, what we really want is the stuff we can't have, right? As soon as you say, well, I'm going to go low carb, now all you want is bread and pasta, right? So the whole idea is that you're telling yourself, I can have it, but I got to wait until Sunday. And then Sunday rolls around and maybe you don't actually want it anymore. And that's a really big win. So you don't have to have it at that point. It's about taking that we want what we can't have out of the equation, because you can have it. You just have to plan for it. So now a lot of you might be wondering, why do I call it a free day and not a cheat day? So cheat is a bad word. Cheat on a test, get you kicked out of school. Cheat on your spouse, get you kicked out of a marriage. Cheating is a bad word, right? It's not, there's no positivity around it. But a free day, meaning I am free to have whatever I want. Hell, that sounds like fun. So call it a free day because you earned it. You're not cheating on your diet. This is part of your diet. I am free to eat whatever I want on free day, which also means I am free to stay on plan on free day and have nothing extra. That's fine too. And I've done it. So let's stop calling it something so negative because it's not negative. You're not screwing up. You're not messing up. You're not cheating on your diet. This is part of the plan. So taking that negative connotation out of it is so, so helpful. I really do recommend that you try it. Now let's get into the different types of free days because I swing all over the place on these 5, but there are many different ways to do it. The first is probably the one that you have in your head right now, where you go wild. Nothing is off limits. You can have absolutely anything you want to have today. Knock yourself out, babe. And yep, you can. You can do that with any diet you want, including the lose weight by eating diet. Go crazy. Go wild. Have anything you want. That's the first kind of free day. And keep in mind, there is no real rule here. I mean, I'm just telling you to go wild. So you can choose how you want to do these different free days. I'm just trying to give you a few different ways to look at it. The next one is you only drink alcohol on free days. Now, when I was losing all of my weight, I found that alcohol was a real problem for me. Not in that I was abusing it, but most of my extra calories were coming from alcohol. And if I just cut that piece out, it was easy. And with that said, there were times that I worked it into my diet. So I still had the same amount of calories and I still wasn't losing weight. For some people, alcohol can actually cause you to gain weight, even if you're staying within your calorie goals. But if you don't want to give up that aspect of that whole social aspect of going out and having fun with friends, you can do it on free day. Now, let's quickly say, please don't ruin your liver all in one day. Please don't drink a 12-pack of beer, but if you want to have a couple of cocktails and have fun, go to brunch on a Sunday, yes, do that. Have fun. But this is another way where you could kind of toe touch into the low alcohol lifestyle. So that's a fun way to do it. Then there's also, and this is the one I typically try to lean towards. Gonna be honest, I'm not always perfect, but it's only one free meal on free day. So say, for instance, I knew I was going to go out to lunch with friends. That would mean I would have a healthy breakfast, have a fun lunch with my friends, and then come back home and have a healthy dinner. So you could do it that way, where it's only one meal that you kind of go off the rails on. The fourth way to do a free day would be no calorie counting, but go all natural. Let me give you an example of this. Recently, I did a free day and it was 12 degrees outside. I was not going to go out and get treats. I was, it was cold. I just wanted to stay home and watch movies and stay warm. And I went a little overboard with snacks that day. But they were all healthy. I had a big old handful of cashews. 250 calories is not an ideal amount for a snack, but I went for it. So the way of just eating all natural, the way you already are, but just enjoying some extra snacks and just not counting those calories, going over your calorie goals, but maybe you're not stressed or worried about how many calories and all these different things. You're just like, it's all natural. It's fine. And then one of the last ways, and I'm sure I will have many more ideas on how to go wild on a free day. And please make sure to leave me your comments on what I missed, because I'm sure I did miss some, but only eating specific things on a free day. So this is kind of like only having alcohol on a free day. Only having sugar on a free day if you're giving up sugar. Only having beef on a free day if you're trying to eliminate red meats. Or only having carbs on free day if you're trying to go low carb. This is another great way where you can still try to eat healthy or healthy-ish, but still enjoy these things that you're missing on a regular day-to-day basis on free day. So now we get to the point where I want to ask you a few questions. Should you try a free day? So if you answer yes to any of these, I want to recommend that you try free days for 1 to 2 months. Do you regularly go off of your eating plan? Right? If you regularly have an extra cookie, have a slice of cake, too much pizza, if you typically at some point in the week go off plan, a free day might be perfect for you because you're now allowing yourself to have it. And you're able to stay on plan throughout the whole week because I'm going to be able to have that on free day. It makes it easier. Second question, are you having difficulty sticking to the plan? Well, here's your reward at the end of the week. You don't have to stick to the plan for one whole day. Next question, are you waiting until you lose all of the weight you want to lose before you can have the foods you love again? Let me ask that again. I'm going to ask it in a different way. Are you planning on having anything you want once you lose all that weight? Because you will gain it all back, hun. If you are waiting to have the foods that you love until you lose weight, free day is perfect for you because you can have those foods and still lose weight and actually turn this into a lifestyle as opposed to a binge diet that you'll end up gaining all the weight back. I'm sorry, I know that's harsh, but it's the truth. And then my favorite one, do your kids or your family beg you to go out to eat and you feel like you can't? If your kids are begging you to go to McDonald's and you feel like you can't, go out for pizza, order pizza, go out for ice cream, get donuts, go to brunch, any of these things, or your kids or your family or your friends begging you to go out and do this stuff, try a free day for it. But there are some rules, and that's the next step. No, rules are the worst part, right? I think you're going to like these though. Free day rule number 1, no feeling guilty. Nope. You're not allowed to feel guilty. No punishing yourself is rule number 2. So you may not, absolutely may not, and yes, I am getting stern Audrey here, but you may not skip a meal the next day to make up for it. And you may not work out twice as hard the next day to make up for it. Then it's not a free day. Then it's a punishment day or a cheat day. Next rule is stop calling it a cheat day. It has a negative connotation and will make you want to punish yourself or feel bad. You earned this day. Enjoy it. Call it a free day. The next rule is maybe it's not a rule, maybe it's a gentle nudge. Try to keep it all natural if you can. No fake sugars, no preservatives. We're about to get to what I had yesterday, so that's why I'm saying try. And final free day rule, celebrate it. Celebrate it. You got to the end of the week. You stayed on plan. You planned for this. This is your day. Have some freaking fun, man. Now, I've alluded to it. Let's talk about my free day. So if you follow me on Instagram, I posted a picture of something divine that I found at the grocery store. I grew up in New Orleans. Part of my childhood was in New Orleans, and we are in Mardi Gras season. And my daughter and I are walking through our local Kroger, of all places. It's called Fred Meyer here, but I like to say Kroger because they're called something different in each area. Walking through, and my daughter says to me, she asks me, "Is it Mardi Gras?" And such a random question to hear in January of all times. I turned to her and I go, "No, why?" "Because there's a Mardi Gras cake here." And I look down and there is only one king cake. And I recognize the label. I know I've had this bakery back in New Orleans and there's only one. And I spent $20 on a damn king cake and I have no guilt. I was able to share this experience with my daughter. I was able to explain to her all of the fun aspects of having a king cake. My stepdaughter loves trying new foods. She has like a list of all these different foods she wants to try. So the next time she was over, I got to introduce her to king cake. It was an amazing experience. So what I did was I sliced it into appropriate servings, using quotes here, appropriate servings, and I froze it on a sheet pan. And then I put all of the slices of king cake into a big gallon freezer bag and froze it. And that's what I've been having every single week for my free day. I've been having king cake for breakfast. And before, when I said, no preservatives, none, honestly, there is 3 different colors of sugar on top. Like, there's no way this is a all natural. At the very least, there are food dyes in it, which I really do try to stay away from. But you guys, I live in Boise, Idaho. I haven't had a king cake from New Orleans since the East. There's no way I'm going to pass this up. And once it's all gone, it's all gone. And, I'll be hopeful to find another one, but I'm not going to go out of my way to order one or, it's fine. I'm going to live it up. I'm going to enjoy it. So yes, I have cake for breakfast. And then we had gotten some here in Boise, Idaho. We now have two In-N-Outs. And as a California girl, I'm so happy about that. And my partner also grew up in California. So we got lots of In-N-Out gift cards for Christmas and Hanukkah and for my partner's birthday. So we've been going to In-N-Out, and I get a burger, and I get fries, and I get a Neapolitan shake. Oh gosh, you guys, it's so good. It used to be a strawberry shake, but then I revisited the secret menu online. And yeah, if you haven't tried a Neapolitan shake, you kind of haven't lived. So then what do I do? Sorry, I'm actually salivating, and I just had this yesterday. But I know I can have it on Sunday, so I'm okay. So I also had whatever healthy snacks I wanted. We have these great seed crackers that we get at Trader Joe's. They're phenomenal. I had a couple of those, didn't even worry about how many calories. And then for dinner, I made a healthy meal, like I always make every single night. But what I did differently was, in the next episode, we're going to talk about doing a low grain diet as opposed to a low carb diet, because low carb makes me grumpy. But I typically find that I don't do well with grains at dinner. That if I just go low grains or low carb for dinner, then I'm able to lose and or maintain my weight. But on free day, I get to have the rice or the quinoa or the pasta or whatever it is that I'm making for everyone else in the household. And so that's what my free day looks like. Now, I quickly want to go over the rules again. Please bear with me, because it's very important. If you have a free day and you feel guilty about it, then you're going to punish yourself, and then you're going to starve yourself the next day. All of this it's not helpful. And it actually really harms all of the good that a free day could do for you. Because remember how I said at the top of this podcast episode, you can do a free day and it can trick your body into losing more weight. But if you do a free day and then the next day you go to the gym for 2 extra hours and starve yourself and don't eat breakfast or lunch, it's not going to help. It's going to hurt you. It's going to really mess up your system. So no feeling guilty, no punishing yourself. Stop calling it a cheat day. That's where all the guilty and the punishment comes from one stupid little word. Please, please stop using that word. Try to keep it all natural, as much as possible, and celebrate it. So I hope this has been helpful. I have truly found that having one free day a week helps me stay on plan. You don't have to use it. You really don't. And if this sounds too difficult, try listening to my chocolate diet episode. It is as amazing as it sounds. And it does take some of what you may have learned from this podcast episode and reapply it to the day-to-day basis. So be sure to check out more episodes of the Lose Weight by Eating podcast, like the chocolate diet. Yes. Check me out at loseweightbyeating.com. Follow me on Instagram at Audrey Johns, on TikTok at Audrey Lee Johns, and on Facebook at Lose Weight by Eating with Audrey Johns. Thanks so much. Stay tuned to next week. the episode, we're going to talk about a low green diet, something so much more doable than the stinky old low carb diet. I think you're going to love it. Thanks so much for listening. Have a great day. Be kind to yourself, please. No more cheat day. It's a free day, babe. Bye.